"Drop the purse and put your hands where I can see them." Those were the last words Officer Derek Thompson screamed before slamming me against the jewelry counter. The mall cameras caught what happened next, but they didn't catch what I was catching. His entire corruption scheme on my hidden camera. See, Officer Thompson thought he was arresting another black woman for shoplifting. What he didn't know: I'm Captain Jasmine Walker, Internal Affairs. I investigate dirty cops, and I'd been hunting him for 6 months. But before I tell you how I took down the biggest police corruption ring in state history, drop a comment. Where are you watching from? Because this is happening in your city too. In exactly 7 minutes, Derek Thompson was about to learn why you should always check who you're arresting. But to understand how we got here, I need to take you back to where it all started. The call came in 6 months ago. Anonymous tip to the state attorney's office. Check the arrest records at Westfield Shopping Center. Pattern you can't ignore. At first, nobody took it seriously. Mall arrests happen. People shoplift. Security does their job. But then our data analyst, Sarah Kim, noticed something that made her blood run cold. "Captain Walker, you need to see this." She pulled up 3 years of arrest data. Black shoppers made up 89% of all shoplifting arrests at Westfield. But here's the kicker. Not a single case resulted in recovered merchandise. Not one. "How is that possible?" I asked, though I already suspected the answer. "It's not," Sarah said. "Unless the arrests were fake from the start." See, Officer Derek Thompson had built himself a nice little empire at Westfield Shopping Center. He and his partner, Officer Jake Martinez, had a system. Target black shoppers with expensive bags or jewelry. Accuse them of theft. Threaten arrest and prosecution. Then offer a deal. Pay a fine on the spot, and they'd let it go. No paperwork, no court, just cash in Thompson's pocket. Most people paid. Who wants to risk their job, their reputation, their freedom over a false accusation? Especially when the cops are the ones making it. But Thompson made one fatal mistake. He got greedy. And when criminals get greedy, they get sloppy. "I want to take him down," I told Chief Harrison, "but we need concrete evidence, video, audio, caught in the act." Harrison leaned back in his chair. "You know Thompson's connected, right? His brother-in-law is deputy mayor. His cousin runs the police union. You go after him, you better not miss." "I won't miss." "What's your plan?" I smiled. "I'm going shopping." For 3 weeks, I studied Thompson's patterns. He worked Thursday through Sunday, peak shopping hours, always positioned near the high-end stores. Always had Martinez as backup. His victims fit a profile. Black women between 25 and 50 years old, shopping alone and carrying designer bags. So, I became his perfect target. Thursday afternoon. Designer outfit, authentic Louis Vuitton bag, diamond earrings that caught the light just right. I walked into Westfield Shopping Center looking like money, looking like prey, looking like exactly what Derek Thompson couldn't resist. The first 2 visits, nothing. He watched me, followed me at a distance, but didn't engage. Testing, waiting. On the 3rd visit, I knew something was different. Thompson's energy had shifted. He whispered something to Martinez. They split up, taking positions on either side of the jewelry store. Gotcha. I activated my hidden camera, a button on my blazer that looked like any other. The backup camera in my designer glasses started recording. My phone, modified by our tech team, began streaming everything to secure servers. Time to shop. Inside Bella's jewelry boutique, I played my role perfectly. Browsing expensive pieces, asking to see items, acting just suspicious enough to give Thompson the excuse he was looking for. The store clerk, a young woman named Brittany, seemed nervous. She kept glancing at the door where Thompson lingered. Later, I'd learned she got $100 for every suspect she helped identify. I picked up a silver bracelet. Nothing special. I examined it, put it back, and moved to another display. That's when Thompson made his move. "Ma'am, I need you to stop right there." His voice boomed across the store. Other customers turned to stare. Exactly what he wanted. Public humiliation as leverage. "Is there a problem, officer?" I kept my voice calm, confused. Perfect victim. "You just concealed merchandise." I saw you slip that bracelet into your purse. I didn't take anything. Ma'am, I've been doing this for 15 years. I know what I saw. Now we can do this easy, or we can do this hard. Martinez appeared at the door, blocking the exit. The trap was set. I'd like to speak to the store manager, I said. We can review the security footage. Thompson's face darkened. The cameras in this section are down for maintenance. Convenient, right? Of course they were. Can't have evidence that contradicts the false arrest. Empty your purse on the counter, now. I complied slowly, making sure my hidden cameras captured everything. Wallet, keys, lip gloss, phone, no bracelet. Thompson wasn't fazed. Check her pockets. She moved it. I'm not consenting to a search, I stated clearly. You're not consenting? Thompson laughed. Lady, you lost that right when you became a thief. He grabbed my arm, spinning me around. Hands on the counter. Spread your legs. The search was deliberately humiliating, aggressive, designed to break resistance. His hands lingered longer than necessary, hoping I'd react, give him more charges to threaten me with. Nothing in her pockets, Martinez reported. Check her bra. These people hide things everywhere. These people. He actually said it out loud. On camera. That's sexual assault, I said firmly. I haven't committed any crime. Thompson leaned close, his breath hot on my neck. You know what? You're right. Maybe we got this wrong. Maybe you're innocent. Here it comes, the shakedown. Tell you what, he continued, voice dropping to a whisper. This is all a big misunderstanding. A little compensation for our time and we forget this whole thing happened. 500 covers it. Are you asking me for a bribe? I'm offering you a solution, unless you'd prefer to spend the night in jail, lose your job when they run your mugshot, have your kids see mommy in handcuffs. I let the silence stretch, let him think I was considering it. How do I know you won't arrest me anyway? Thompson smiled. Because I'm a reasonable man, and this is a reasonable price for making problems disappear. I need to go to the ATM. Martinez will escort you. Don't try anything stupid. At the ATM, I withdrew $500 in marked bills, serial numbers recorded. Our financial crimes unit had prepared everything. This money would be traceable from my hand to Thompson's pocket. Back in the store, I held out the cash. Count it, Thompson ordered. As I counted the bills aloud, making sure the cameras caught every serial number, something shifted in Thompson's expression. Maybe it was my calmness. Maybe it was how I held the money like evidence instead of a payoff. Maybe it was just his instincts finally kicking in. You know what? He said suddenly. I changed my mind. The price just went up to 1,000. You seem like you can afford it. I only have 500. Then you're going to jail. He pulled out his handcuffs. Turn around. Hands behind your back. Officer Thompson, I said clearly, I want to be very clear. You're arresting me for shoplifting, even though no merchandise was found on my person after I just offered you $500. Drop the purse and put your hands where I can see them. The cuffs bit into my wrists as he cranked them tight. Customers gasped. Phones came out. Perfect. You're making a big mistake, Martinez muttered, shifting nervously. Shut up, Thompson snapped. I know a con when I see one. This one's probably got warrants. Check her ID. Martinez pulled my wallet from the pile on the counter, flipping it open. His face went white. Derek. What? Martinez held up my ID with shaking hands. Right next to my driver's license was my police identification. Captain Jasmine Walker, Internal Affairs Division, badge number 4827. Thompson froze. The color drained from his face like water from a busted pipe. This is fake, he stammered. Has to be. 7 minutes, I said calmly. What? You have 7 minutes before my team moves in. 5 patrol units, 2 internal affairs investigators, 1 federal prosecutor, and every second of this interaction has been recorded and streamed to secure servers. The store went dead silent. You set me up, Thompson's voice cracked. No, Derek. You've been setting yourself up for 3 years. I just pressed record. Thompson's hands shook as he fumbled for his cuff keys. His whole body was trembling now. Sweat poured down his face. By the way, I added, that broken security camera, we fixed it this morning. And the 237 other black shoppers you've shaken down over the past 3 years. We have their statements, their bank records showing mysterious $500 withdrawals, their stories of humiliation and extortion. 238 victims, I corrected myself, until you tried to make me number 239. This can't be happening, Thompson whispered. This can't be real. Derek Thompson, you're under arrest for extortion, civil rights violations, conspiracy, and about 15 other charges my prosecutor is writing up as we speak. Right on cue, my team flooded the store. The takedown was beautiful. Thompson in his own cuffs, Martinez crying like a baby, Brittany, the store clerk, trying to flee out the back, running straight into federal agents. But the best part? The other victims who'd been watching from the crowd. As Thompson was led away, they started speaking up. He did the same thing to me last year. I paid him $300. I knew I didn't steal anything. Every voice was another nail in Thompson's coffin. The $500 I gave Thompson. Evidence locker. Serial numbers matched. Another nail in his coffin. The investigation revealed the full scope of the operation. 14 officers involved, 3 store managers, even a prosecutor who made certain cases disappear. Total stolen from innocent shoppers, $847,000. Thompson alone had bought a boat, a vacation home, and put his kids through private school with money extorted from black shoppers who just wanted to buy jewelry without being harassed. During his interrogation, Thompson tried every excuse. I was just doing my job. These people looked suspicious. I never forced anyone to pay. It's not about race. But when we showed him the statistics, 89% of his targets were black compared to 12% of the mall's shoppers, he finally broke. You don't understand the pressure, he whined. The mall wanted arrests. My supervisors wanted numbers. And these people, they could afford it. These people. There it was again. The reasoning that justified destroying lives for profit. The same phrase he'd used in the store, now recorded in his official interrogation. What Thompson didn't realize was that we'd been recording his interrogation too. Every excuse, every justification, every moment of him digging his grave deeper. The jury would hear all of it. Derek, I said, leaning forward, let me tell you about one of those people. Keisha Williams, single mother, works 2 jobs to support her kids, saved for 3 months to buy her son a graduation watch. You took that money. She could afford it. Did you see her car? Her purse? Her car is 15 years old. Her purse was a knockoff she bought at a flea market. But you saw a black woman with something nice and decided she must be rich. Thompson's lawyer tried to shut him up, but he kept talking, kept making it worse. Look, maybe I made some mistakes, but these weren't real crimes. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. I pulled out victim impact statements. Marcus Johnson missed his mortgage payment because you took his house money. Dr. Patricia Hayes almost lost her medical license because she was too scared to fight your false charges. Vanessa Price's daughter graduated without the present her mother saved 6 months to buy. That's not my fault. They chose to pay. They chose between paying a bribe or having their lives destroyed by a dirty cop. That's not choice. That's extortion. Thompson finally went quiet. His lawyer was frantically scribbling notes, probably calculating how many years his client was looking at. But I wasn't done. You know what the real tragedy is, Derek. You were actually a decent cop once. Your early performance reviews were solid. You helped people. Then somewhere along the way you decided the badge was a license to steal. The job changed, he muttered. The city wanted results. My supervisors wanted numbers. So you gave them fake numbers, arrested innocent people to pad your statistics, turned law enforcement into a protection racket. The federal prosecutor Lisa Chang spoke up. Derek, we're offering you one chance to cooperate. Give us the names of everyone involved in this operation, and we'll recommend the minimum sentence. Stay silent, and you're looking at 25 years. Thompson looked at his lawyer, then back at us. For a moment I thought he might take the deal. Then he shook his head. I want to go to trial. Jury's going to see this for what it really is. Cops doing their job in a tough environment. Chang smiled coldly. That's your choice. But when that jury sees the video of you handcuffing a police captain while demanding bribes, good luck with that defense. 6 months later, I testified at Thompson's sentencing. The courtroom was packed with his victims, each carrying their own story of humiliation and loss. But one testimony hit hardest. Vanessa Price, a nurse, stood at the podium with tears streaming down her face. I saved for 6 months to buy my daughter a graduation present. When Officer Thompson accused me of stealing, I knew I was innocent. But I also knew nobody would believe me over a cop. So I paid him $400. That was my daughter's gift money. She graduated without a present because I was too ashamed to tell her what happened. Thompson got 15 years. Martinez got 10. The others got various sentences based on their involvement. The mall instituted new policies, mandatory bias training, civilian oversight, body cameras on all security. But for me, the real victory came in the letters. Hundreds of them, from black shoppers across the city who'd been shaken down, intimidated, or falsely arrested, thanking me for proving what they'd always known, that they weren't criminals, just victims of criminals with badges. But the story doesn't end there. 3 months after Thompson's sentencing, I got an unexpected visitor. Jake Martinez, Thompson's former partner, sat across from my desk, looking broken. "Captain Walker, I wanted to apologize. I knew what Derek was doing was wrong from the very first time, but I was scared to speak up." "What changed?" "Prison, sitting in a cell, thinking about all those people we hurt. I've been working with federal prosecutors, identifying other corruption networks in 3 different states." He paused. "That video of you arresting Derek, it's being shown in every police academy in the country now. They use it to teach officers about corruption and courage. After he left, I realized something important. Corruption isn't just about bad cops. It's about good cops who stay silent. It's about systems that protect the wrong people for the wrong reasons." 2 years later, the final piece fell into place. Deputy Mayor Richard Roberts, Thompson's brother-in-law, was indicted for taking kickbacks from mall management. The investigation revealed he'd been pressuring police supervisors to increase arrest numbers, creating quotas that made Thompson's extortion look like legitimate police work. Roberts got 12 years. His political career was over. The system that had protected Thompson was finally dismantled. Today, 3 years later, I keep one letter framed on my desk. It's from a 12-year-old girl named Aisha. "Dear Captain Walker, my mum showed me the video of you arresting that bad cop. She cried when she watched it, because the same thing happened to her, but nobody believed her. Thank you for being brave. When I grow up, I want to be just like you and catch the bad guys, even if they wear uniforms. Love, Aisha." That letter reminds me why I do this job. Not to destroy cops, but to protect citizens from those who abuse their power. To ensure that a badge means something more than just the authority to rob people in broad daylight. But the real measure of success happened last month. I was shopping at Westfield, the same mall where I arrested Thompson. A young black woman was browsing jewelry at Bella's boutique. A security guard approached her. Instead of accusations, he simply said, "Ma'am, just wanted to let you know we're having a sale on silver bracelets, 20% off." She smiled, bought 2 bracelets and left happy. No false accusations, no searches, no extortion, just normal shopping. That's what victory looks like, but the impact goes deeper than reformed security policies. Last week I got a call from Detective Williams in Atlanta. They'd just arrested 3 officers running a similar scheme at a shopping center there. The defense. We learned about this case from police academy training. We knew exactly what to look for. Our investigation didn't just stop Thompson's crew. It created a blueprint for catching corrupt cops nationwide. The FBI estimates our case led to investigations in 12 states, resulting in 47 arrests and $3.2 million recovered for victims. More importantly, it changed how officers think about corruption. At police academies, they don't just teach about our case, they make recruits watch the full arrest video. They see Thompson's face when he realizes he handcuffed his own investigator. They see the moment he understood his career was over. This is what happens when you forget who you work for, instructors tell new officers. You work for the community, not your bank account. The ripple effects keep spreading. Community groups in 6 cities have demanded body cameras for mall security. Prosecutors in 4 states have created special units to investigate retail profiling. The Department of Justice issued new guidelines for investigating police corruption in commercial settings. Thompson thought he was just shaking down shoppers. He didn't realize he was creating a revolution. To everyone watching who's ever been profiled, targeted, or shaken down by someone who was supposed to protect you, your story matters. Your truth matters. Derek Thompson thought he was untouchable. He had connections, protection, a network of corrupt officials. He'd been stealing from innocent people for 3 years without consequences, but he made one fatal mistake. He targeted someone who had the power to fight back. Document everything. Report everything. Demand accountability from everyone. Never let them make you feel like a criminal for existing. Never pay bribes to prove your innocence. Never accept that corruption is just how things work. And always remember, the best way to catch a predator is to look like prey until the moment you reveal you're actually the hunter. This is Captain Jasmine Walker, reminding you that real cops don't shake down innocent shoppers. They arrest the ones who do. When the final gavel came down, Thompson got 15 years, Martinez got 10, Deputy Mayor Roberts got 12, 14 other corrupt officers got anywhere from 3 to 12 years each. We recovered $847,000 for victims. All 238 of them got their money back, plus interest. But the real victory? Last month I watched that young woman buy bracelets at Bella's boutique without anyone accusing her of stealing. I watched a security guard treat her like a customer, not a criminal. That's justice. Not numbers on a sentencing sheet, but moments when people can shop without fear. The badge is supposed to mean protection, not extortion. It's supposed to mean service, not shakedowns. And when cops forget that, someone needs to remind them. Sometimes that someone looks exactly like their next victim, until they realize she's been hunting them all along. This is Captain Jasmine Walker, reminding you that real cops protect everyone equally. They don't rob people and call it police work. Because real police work, it's what just happened to Derek Thompson. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever been profiled or know someone who has, hit that subscribe button and share this video. Because the more people who know these tactics, the harder it becomes for corrupt cops to operate. And remember, you have rights. Use them. Document everything. And never be afraid to speak truth to power. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and keep fighting for justice.